Welcome back, you guys. I am so freaking hyped for this video because I am blown away by this eye look. One of my favorite color combos I think I have ever done in my life, and it is with the new launch from Nomad. So I am way pre-filming this, so I had to Google how to pronounce the name of this, and Google said it's Paris La Boheme with the English accent. I could be way off, but you guys, this is so freaking gorgeous. And I mean, I am just so blown away by this eye look. I am going to do 2 eye looks, swatches, and all of the things. And I'm just excited to show you how this whole look was inspired by one shimmer. I just love palettes like that have those unique shades that just make you feel so excited. And they really just nailed this color story. Truly so fun, so exciting, but I'm ready to get into it. So let's go ahead and get started. So, welcome back, you guys, and if this is your first time here, my name is Heather, and I love all things makeup, but especially colorful makeup and indie brands, and if you happen to love those things too, I really hope you will subscribe. Stick around. I would love to hear from you down below in the comments, especially about this palette and these looks. I've only done one so far, but I'm excited to do another one because I am blown away by this. Truly, man, this is so amazing, and I really love the shimmers that are in this palette too. I touch more on that within the first look, but these are really gorgeous. So as I said, I am way pre-filming this. Okay, so I don't have a ton of information on this because it hasn't been launched at the time I'm filming this, or the guessing game hasn't even been started actually, but you will be seeing this video on January 10th, which is the day they are revealing the color story of this palette, which is so exciting because I love this so much. But the palette is launching on Monday, January 12th at 5 p.m. EST. I will have all that information listed down below. I did get this in PR as well, and I'm so grateful. I love Nomad. They're one of my favorite brands, and it's just exciting, especially being able to get this video up quick so I can help you guys make your decisions. But even if you're not interested in picking up the palette, it still makes me happy to know that I get to be here and inspire you guys. I did also touch on the fact that I think you could recreate this look with the Muse palette from Cosmic Beauty if you have that. So if you don't know anything about Nomad, they always do destination based launches and palettes, which I really love, and they always donate a percentage of their proceeds to a cause based around this destination. This one is supporting the Foundation de France, a leading philanthropy network in France with the desire to act for a better world, which, I mean, we could use that right now. That's all I'm saying. But this is freaking gorgeous. Even the info card is so pretty. They just really nailed it. And with this palette, we do have an 18 pan palette, 10 of the shades being mattes and 8 of them being shimmers. And like I said, the formula so far has been amazing, and I've had a blast with it. But stay tuned till the end to hear my first impressions of the palette. I do try to use as many shades as I possibly can in both looks. That way I can, tell you how I feel about it. But I'm gonna hush now, you guys. I am excited. I cannot wait to show you how I created this look. It is so exciting. Honestly, I was talking about it earlier. I didn't feel like doing anything today. Then I swatched this palette and I saw this shimmer, which inspired this whole look, and I've been so excited ever since. It gave me this boost of energy and just excitement, and I love that. That is one of my favorite parts about makeup and eyeshadow in general. It brightens my whole day. But let's go ahead now and get into look number 1. I am definitely going to have to look up how to pronounce the name of this palette, but is this packaging not so freaking cool? And I love the spirit here. and how they was able to capture the color and the flip of this shade. I don't know if I can get it to pick up on camera. Let's see. It's not gonna pick up, but that glowing color is the flip on this shade. But there's also like a peach in there too. It's really pretty. But I think, fingers crossed, maybe I'm saying this prematurely, but I think I'm about to create one of the most fun looks I think I've ever done. And I'm excited. So I'm gonna go in with my color and cover from Dive Round because I want to play with a pastel shade in the palette. Although I will say on swatch it's super pigmented. So we'll see like how it works on the lower lash line too. But I also want to put it on a white base up here as well. And then I'll just use my E02 from Singe, or the EF2 or the FO2. Lord help me guys. But I'm using this to just blend it out. Sometimes I have a bad habit of like putting on too much, which I think I might have done again, and taking it up too high. And see how you have like that stark line? So I like to take my concealer brush, which is another one of these brushes, and kind of just go over the edge. That way it doesn't look as crazy. But now that we got that done, we're getting into the look. So I am excited because I'm going to do like this very pastel pink in the inner corner, and then the murky green in the outer part of the crease. And I think I'm going to deepen it up with the purple. I think it's going to be cool. I mean, I could be wrong, but we're going to give it a try, and I'm excited. So, what brush did I use? See how fast that creased? These wrinkly eyes. So, I'm using the E06 from Singe Beauty. And I'm just going to pack this color here. It is very light. This is like one of the lightest blushes, too, that I have in my collection. And I'm just going to build this up. The best I can. It's a pretty good pastel. So going in with an E01 from Singe. Just going to put some of this on the lid too. This palette has some of those shimmers, like the ones that were in the New Zealand Stargazing palette and the Chicago Speakeasy. And not even just that one. There was another. Fiji 5 Lakes, I think. That are like very like silky but shifty, really gorgeous type. The formula is different than their regular formula, which I love their regular formula as well, but that is my favorite shimmer formula that they do. And I was so excited when I was swatching and saw that those were in here. But that is really cute. And I might even take some of this darker pink like in the crease of that to deepen it up just a little bit, but for now I'm gonna leave it the way it is. And then using another E06, I want to go into the shade Destiny. You know I love these murky greens, but this is a very different combo than one I've done before. And I think it's going to be really fun. It kind of reminds me of the Muse palette though, the combo from Cosmic Beauty. But I love finding like unexpected color combinations like this, and like figuring out ways to like really pair them together. I just think it's so exciting and fun. I just switched over to the E25 from Sigma so I can really pack this color in the crease. I will say I've noticed too Nomad is always the first one to come out with like a palette for like the season or holiday. Like they had the first Halloween palette, the first Valentine's Day palette, I think Christmas palette as well. And it's funny, like they always know. And I'm just using a large blending brush. This is the E03 from Singe, so that I can bring this up. I want that color to have dimension, but I also want it to kind of fade and blend out because it is the base color of this look. Okay, I also want to take some of this green on the lower lash line too. Just using an E04 from Singe. Just press this along there. Like, this is already very fun for me. Very exciting. Okay, so now I'm going to use this little brush. It's the E42 from Sigma. And I want to go into this shade, Philosopher. And I'm going to take some of that and kind of put it here in the crease. I feel like it needed a little more dimension there to kind of fade in to the darker part. And I do really like the way that looks. And then we'll do the same on the lower lash line. But I'm going to use the E07 and just do the same thing right here in this very front half. Maybe we can even do some of this like right here. I'm really loving this. I think I might have been right. I mean, it might not be everyone's cup of tea, but it sure the hell is mine. Okay, so now what I want to do, before I put that dark purple out here, I'm going to clean the lid and like kind of cut the back half of the lid, like cut the crease, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now I want to go in with Paris. I love this like deep type of purple with these greens, and I think it could be really cool. So we're going to try it. I'm going to use the E28 from Sigma and add this out here. I do think this is going to be really cool. So I don't care to like put this purple over top of the green, but I also wanted the purple to like pop, which is why I wanted to clean some of the lid off too. Today was one of those days I woke up tired, which happens often, but I really did not feel like doing anything today. And then I looked at this palette and I looked at one of the shimmers in the palette and I saw this look in my mind and I was ready. It was like I was a whole new person and it changed my whole freaking mood. That's my favorite part about makeup. But this is really cool. I have a hair somewhere on my face. But this is really cool. I think once I put the shimmers down, it's going to be even better. And of course it's like kind of muddying up out there. But honestly, I don't care. I like the grunginess of it. It just kind of adds more. I'll go ahead and run some of this on the lower lash line too. I need a clean E07. I just want it a little bit down there. And then I'll use the E04 to blend that out. Now, going back in with the green, I can start working on this blend. Which it doesn't need to be perfect because I kind of like it to look like a wing. Now for the best part, which is totally going to be the shimmers. And I'm going in with the Shine On, which is from Cleona. I really need to buy another one of these. I'm getting dangerously low. I went to go repurchase my BB lashes from Melt, and they sold out. I was so sad. But I did buy some of the other lashes they had on their site, and I'm excited to get them in and try them. I got the lashes from the Edward Scissorhands collection and the Moxie lashes. But now shimmers. So I want to start with this shade, which is so beautiful, Poverty. It's one of those like really silky, gorgeous shades that I love so much. And we're going to do this over the edge of this purple, which I knew was going to be a fabulous idea. That is so pretty. I will have to go in with a brush and like kind of perfect that. Oh, that's so pretty. Let's get an E01. That did not disappoint whatsoever. And then I'm going to use this E04 so I can go back in with the purple. Blend out this outer corner. It's quite perfect. But this shade is my favorite, and it inspired this whole look because it's pink, but it has that grungy green base, and it's so stunning, you guys. It's so pretty. So I want to do this like all in the front half, but I'm also going to overlap it. Like, this is what I envisioned. Oh my God. This is so fun. Like, so fun. Like, you can really see that green flip. I just adore this. Let's use a little bit of this shade Love. Just a little tiny bit in the inner corner, which I haven't been doing a lot, but this shade is really pretty. Very icy. Oh, yes. This is giving me Wicked vibes. And with the perfect liner, this is really going to be so good. I just love this. I love the way this turned out. I cannot wait to hear what you guys think, because I think a lot of people are really going to love it. But it's so exciting. Okay, so hopefully you won't hear the music in the background and my video won't get flagged. But I love this so freaking much, honestly. It's better than I even expected it to be. This is one of my favorite looks I have ever created. It is so fun. Such an interesting combo. And one shimmer inspired the whole look. And I love it. It really reminds me of Wicked. Even though I haven't watched it. Like the merch and stuff that I've seen of that movie, it really reminds me of that. And I think it's so pretty. Honestly, I just don't even know what else to say. I am just at a complete loss for words. Other than, I have something in my eye over here. My mascara, this Tower 28 mascara, flakes and gets in my eye, and it's like ruining this look, which is very annoying. But for liner, I used the Too Faced Killer liner in the shade Killer Pink. It was literally the perfect color liner for this. And the Tower 28 mascara. I don't know. I got this in a kit that had the black and the brown, and I'm wondering if maybe that kit was old or something, because this mascara has not been right since I first got it. And I used to love this, so I don't know what's going on. For lashes, I did my Daydream lashes from what once was Bright Lashes. I'm still so sad that they're gone, but I love it. The lashes really tied it together too, I think, in such a beautiful way, because they're kind of like wispy but piecey and just really pretty. But I can't wait to hear what you guys think of this one. It makes me so excited. I have no idea what I'm gonna do tomorrow, but I'm hoping I'll get inspired by something. I really love this back half of this palette too, so I might do something with that. I don't know. We'll have to see. So stay tuned for look number 2. So I am back for look number 2, and I'm excited for this one. Do I think it's going to be better than look number 1? I don't know, because I don't know if that's possible. I really love that one so freaking much. But we're just going to dive in, and I primed my eyes with my Sigma Eye Base in the shade Persuade. And honestly, I sat here and I planned out like so many different looks, and they all would have been beautiful, but I felt like I wanted more. So I decided I'm actually going to use the green again. I know you're not surprised, but I just really wanted to. I am really excited to use these pinks with the grays too. I think that would be really pretty, but I'm not going to do that for this look. So I want to start with this gray in the outer corner, not that brush. I need an E06. And I'm starting, there's 2 grays. So this one is like slightly purple leaning, and then you have this one, which is more like a true gray. I'm going to do the one on the pink side. And I want to do that out here in the outer corner. This is going to be like the base shade for the back half of the crease. And I think it's going to be fun. So I started editing my eyeshadow palette ranking today, and I'd planned on like editing it and posting it today, but I still have like 3 30-minute clips to add, like to edit. And it's already an hour and a half long. I don't know how I keep making these videos so freaking long. Obviously, I'm talking way too much in them, but yeah. I mean, some people do really love the longer videos, but some people really hate it. And I can understand, like, sometimes, you know, you just got stuff to do, like go to work, live a life, and you just don't have time to sit for hours and watch something. But just know that was not intentional. I did not realize how long that video was going to be. But so I had to skip an upload today because I needed to like stop what I was doing so I could film this look. I swear to God, the people in this house are freezing me to death. Araya is at the very end of her pregnancy. She has like 16 days until her like due date, and she's like burning up. So she's freezing me to death. I'm usually not a cold person, but I am now. Because it's like 30 degrees here where I live. I live in Ohio, for those of you who don't know. But it's very cold here. It's been very cold. And yeah, I think she has the air conditioner on. I'm not even kidding. But I look at her and she looks so cute and has her little waddle. And I can't imagine how miserable she is. She was like, her bump was like barely even noticeable. Like she could have wore a sweatshirt to hide it and you wouldn't even be able to tell she was pregnant. But it just popped out. Came right out of nowhere these last couple of weeks. And I know she's miserable, so I keep adding layers. But I'm going in with this shade, Destiny, and we're doing that on another E06. And I'm doing this here in the inner corner. You know, I've said it a million times that I am really usually never drawn to pinks, but there's something about the colors in this palette that are making me so drawn to that pink half, which is kind of cool because that never happens. I just love how like wintry and stuff they look. They're so beautiful. But I'm probably gonna have to find something in my collection that's more of like a cream shade to blend that out with. But until then, let's do some of that down here as well. For now, I'll just leave that inner corner like that. And I'm just bringing this gray up a little higher. But now I want to deepen this up. And I'm going to use that E06 to start with. And we're going to go into this dark blue shade down here and build this up in the crease. I like to start with this brush when I work with the deeper shades because it helps pack on the color, but not as much as like the Sigma E25. But it does it in a way to where I can blend really nicely with it and I can get like a very seamless blend. And then when I want to like build up the opacity and make it more like bold, I can use that other brush and it really just packs the color on. And I love the way those look. I'm already really liking this. But now we're going to do the E11 from Singe. And I want to run some of this down here. There's a blue iridescent in the Chamonix Après-Ski that would be really pretty with this look. Okay, so now you see what it looks like. But I'm going to use the E25 and go into that same shade. Like we got pigmentation. And I'm going to pack this. Like you see how much it packs on that color. If you love a smoky outer corner like I do, you will freaking love this brush. And something else I like about it, like how I do this wing thing, the way it's shaped, it's kind of like pinched in this way, but you see it kind of like bows there, but it's also wide. But if you hold it from the end and just do this, it like kind of flares that out for me. Like I don't have to really try to force that shape. It automatically does it. And I really like that as well. It's a really good brush. I would say out of all of my Sigma eye brushes, this is my favorite. And it's hard for me to pick a favorite with the Singe Beauty ones because there's so many that I use every day. Like the E06 and the E04 is so good for detailed work or the lower lash line. I also really love the E01 for packing on shimmers and for like doing mattes in the inner corner, the lower lash line. This is a fantastic brush. I also always use the E03 as well and the E07. Like their brushes, their eye brushes are my favorite, but I've loved the face brushes as well. If I had to pick a favorite face brush, it's definitely the concealer brush, the F02. I don't know what put me down that road, but I do like to share my favorite brushes. I do think it's helpful. I've almost dipped into that wrong shade of gray so many times, and I'm wondering how many times I've actually done it and not noticed it. But I'm going to go back into this chartreuse shade and kind of just bring this up and over. I'm going to use my Singe Beauty Paisley Hoots palette and use another E01. Use this one. and go into the white. This is a very, very good matte white. Like, do you see that? Okay, so I made the executive decision to add some Paris to this as well. Why not? So I'm going to use that same E25 brush to add some of this to the outer corner. This purple color is so pretty with this green. That's one of my favorite combos. I don't want it to cover up the blue, but I did think it would be fun to just add some of this in here. Plus, it'll darken it up, which, you know, is always a plus for me. Not that it needs it, you know. I mean, this is, she's gotten dark. And then I'll use the E07 to add just a little touch of this down here as well. But now we are moving on to shimmers. And I'm using my Diver and Stick and Sparkle for my glitter glue. I'm excited about the shimmers though. I feel like this is really going to bring it together in the best way. Okay, so I want to start out by going into this shade, Poet. I want to say this shade right here is so pretty. Like, it has like these little glitter reflects in it that make it very unique, but I will not be using that shade. I want to do this one first. It is very, very pretty. It's like a purple blue duochrome. And I mean, it goes way too perfect with this outer corner to not use it. Listen, I cannot wait to get these nails off my hands. Oh my god, like, I will never, ever, ever get matte white nails ever again, ever. They're atrocious, and I lost one. They were so beautiful when I first got them, but like I said, never again. So, I want to use this shade again. I can't help myself. It's too pretty not to, and it goes so well with the look. I just think it would be really cool. So that's what I'm going with. I'm kind of overlapping with the blue. Ooh, that's pretty. I still don't know if I love it more than the first look, but I do love it a lot. So I'm just using the E01 to slowly like blend the shimmer into the inner corner. I don't want it to be like fully opaque there. I like the look of it being like shimmer fading into the matte. That is so pretty. I really like the way this looks and the way they just blend in together like so effortlessly. This is so fun. And I need to find a really good liner. I need a liner this color that's matte. I'll have a shimmery one, but I really don't care for those. I need a matte one. So I went downstairs to check what the thermostat was on. They had it on air and it was 62 degrees in the house. So I was not imagining myself freezing to death. And it was Amanda. So I turned the heat back on. But I love the way this turned out. I was able to create a liner concoction that I felt like really goes well with that lid shimmer in the matte crease in the inner corner. So I used Wildcat from ColourPop, and then I went over it with Sunburst from Cosmic Beauty. And like I said, I think it matches really, really well. But is this color combo not so freaking fun? I truly love it so much. But to finish off the look, I used the same stuff I used yesterday, the Tower 28 mascara and the Flutter lashes from Bright Lashes. But let's talk about the palette. So far, this has been a freaking blast, and I absolutely love this color story. Like I said, I am so drawn to this side, which really blows me away, but you know, I love like this grungy muted vibe over here as well. I really love this. I love the shimmers that are in here. Like, they are so reflective and shiny and beautiful and fun. I mean, there's still a few shades that I need to use in this palette, but so far, so good, honestly. Now, I really do love this look, but in my opinion, it does not beat out the first look. That first look really made me so happy. That's like one of my favorite looks of all time. I just loved it so much. But again, I think both are beautiful. The palette is beautiful, and honestly, this was so much fun. But I cannot wait to hear what you guys think of the looks. Which one is your favorite? And what do you think about the newest launch of the year? Personally, I am excited. So excited to have this in my hands, and honestly, I feel like we're starting off 2026 with a very good makeup launch, and you know, I need all the joy I can get. I'm sure a lot of people feel that way, so I'm gonna take it where I can get it, and I just think it's beautiful. At the end of the day, even if you don't plan on picking this up, I really hope that my video inspires you to dig through your collection, pull out some palettes that have these colors in them, and maybe create something different. And maybe we can get ready together. That is always fun and exciting. But thank you guys so much for watching this video all the way till the end. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. It really does help me out. And I hope you guys have the best day ever. But until next time, bye.